All right, let's talk about the big one. The single most important part of your IELTS writing test, the Task 2 essay. Today, we're going to break down the exact blueprint you need to write a high-scoring essay, and do it with confidence. So let's jump right in.
You know that feeling, right? The clock is ticking, that word count is just staring you down, and the pressure is on. It's a feeling every single test taker knows. And when you're feeling that overwhelmed, your ideas can just end up kind of disorganized on the page. But what if a simple structure could guide you right through all that chaos?
So why is being organized so absolutely critical? Well, because a messy, unstructured essay directly tanks your coherence and cohesion score. And look at this, that is not some small piece of the pie. It's a full quarter of your total marks for this task. That's huge.
But here is the good news. There is an expert-approved, totally proven solution to this problem. It's a method that makes sure your ideas are presented logically and powerfully every single time. It's a simple, disciplined, 4-paragraph structure that's going to be your god.
Now, to make this structure super easy to remember, even when you're under exam pressure, we're going to use a simple analogy. I want you to think of your essay like you're building a house. Every single part has a specific job, and when they all come together, you have something that's strong, complete, and impressive.
So here's how our plan works. Your introduction, that's the blueprint. It tells the reader exactly what to expect. Your 2 body paragraphs, those are the strong walls that support your entire argument. And the conclusion? Well, that's the roof, tying the whole structure together. 4 simple steps to a solid, high-scoring essay.
All right, let's start construction with the most important part, the blueprint. We're talking about your introduction. This first paragraph has 2 very specific, very crucial jobs to do.
Okay, job number 1. You must paraphrase the question using your own words. This immediately shows the examiner you have a good vocabulary. Job number 2. You need a crystal clear thesis statement. This is where you directly answer the question and you state your position. A really great thesis statement often gives a little roadmap of your essay, something like, this essay will argue that because of both economic and social factors. See? Simple. With the blueprint all laid out, it is time to build the walls of our house. These are your 2 body paragraphs. And honestly, they're the heart of your essay. This is where you really construct your argument and provide that solid evidence.
Listen, each of your 2 body paragraphs must contain these 3 key ingredients to be strong. You start with a clear topic sentence that states the main idea. Then you explain that idea in more detail. And finally, you support it with a specific, relevant example. And when I say relevant example, I mean something concrete. Don't just say, many companies do this. No way. Name a company. Mention a specific policy. That kind of specificity is exactly what makes your argument convincing.
And finally, we put the roof on our structure, the conclusion. Now, this paragraph is short, but you know what? It's powerful because it is the very last thing the examiner reads. You really want to leave a strong, clear final impression.
So your conclusion has 2 simple tasks. First, you briefly summarize the main points from your 2 body paragraphs. Second, you restate your position from your thesis statement, maybe using slightly different words. This just gives a really satisfying sense of closure, and it leaves 0 doubt about your final stance.
Okay, you have the blueprint for a perfect structure. But you know, even the best blueprints can be ruined by some common construction mistakes. So let's look at a couple of critical traps you absolutely need to avoid so your beautiful essay doesn't just collapse.
First up, and this one is completely non-negotiable, you have to write a proper essay. That means full, connected sentences and paragraphs. The examiner will penalize any response that looks like a list or a set of notes. It doesn't matter how good your ideas are.
And let's just hammer home that crucial rule from the introduction. Always, always paraphrase. Copying words directly from the prompt basically tells the examiner you don't have the vocabulary to express the idea yourself, and that will directly hurt your lexical resource score. Always use your own words.
All right, let's zoom out and review the entire master blueprint. If you remember nothing else from this explainer, I want you to remember these 4 simple rules for success.
Number 1, always use a 4-paragraph structure. 2, your introduction must paraphrase the question and state your opinion. 3, each of your 2 body paragraphs needs a main idea, an explanation, and an example. And 4, your conclusion must summarize your points. You stick to that and you are set.
So if you ever feel lost under pressure, if your mind goes blank in the middle of the exam, just come back to this one simple image. The introduction is the blueprint. The body paragraphs are the walls. The conclusion is the roof. It's the absolute easiest way to remember exactly what your essay needs to be. With this framework, you're not just facing a blank page anymore. You have a clear, effective, and high-scoring plan. You have the blueprint. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?